Hi guys, welcome back to Simply Watching TV. Really quick before we get into tonight's episode or show or video, whatever, I just want to thank you guys for liking, subscribing, and continuing to watch the content and the videos. I really appreciate it. It's pretty great. I love the fact that I'm able to keep getting these videos out to you guys. So we're going to keep watching. We're going to keep talking. So let's get into it. Tonight's episode is Girlfriends, Season 1, Episode 13. They've got to have it. So let's get right into it. So the scene opens up at the workplace, at the law firm, Goldsberg, Sweetelson, McDonald, and Lee. That's a mouthful. That is a mouthful. William and Yvonne are now dating. They have made it official, like they're an exclusive couple. They're sleeping together. They're in a relationship, and they're trying to see what happens. So far, it's working. They look cute. They're vibing and stuff like that. As soon as William leaves, Yvonne starts telling Maya about their sex life. What? Now, it doesn't directly go into like William leaves and then they start talking, but it starts because Yvonne asks Maya for like some ibuprofen or Tylenol or something because she has a headache. And it leads into her saying like she has the headache because they've been going at it like two jackrabbits. And I'm just still confused as to how that turned into, let me tell this woman who's friends with my man about our sex life. Now, was that a tactic to kind of like, let your stance be known, like this is my man? Which in that case, I don't think you had to, because I don't think any of the girlfriends want William like that. But okay, it's just an odd thing. I wouldn't have done it. I think it's odd telling anybody in explicit detail like about your sex life with somebody. It's just a little too private for me. But she told her everything. She told Maya like his size and all kind of stuff. So Joan and Sean are also now dating. It's been about like 3 weeks for them. And they're at Joan's house and they're playing like these like little couple game, or not couple games, but they're like just games to like get to know each other and stuff like that. It's really cute. It's really intimate. The dim lighting, like the mood is set. They're kind of like sitting on the floor. They're all cuddled up and cozy and stuff like that. But he didn't kiss her. Like, it was time for him to go. It was getting late. And she was like, oh, okay, cute. No kiss on the cheek. No, excuse me. He gave her a kiss on the cheek or the forehead or something like that. No kiss on the lips. I say immediately dump him. Because why aren't you kissing? Whatever the reason is, it's weird and I don't want to have to like deal with it. So I would vote for dump. But she don't want to dump him. She's intrigued. Like, she wants to know why, right? Rightfully so. So she's like kind of weirded out by that. And then he just makes an excuse like, oh, I gotta go and stuff like that. And he doesn't really explain like, oh, why I didn't like give you a kiss. So naturally, she automatically thinks like it's her. Like, he's not attracted to me. He's not really feeling me like that. I think that's kind of weird though, because it's like, if you're not feeling me like that, if you're not attracted to me, why are you over at my house in dim lighting with just the two of us playing games and like in my face and eating my food? I mean, people do it all the time, but they also do it because they also want to do other things. He doesn't want to do those other things. Like, he is avoiding physical contact with her. So I'm gonna be honest, when I first watched this, of course I've seen this a million times and I know like the ins and outs and how this ends and stuff like that. But when I first watched this, I was confused because I didn't understand it. Like, what is the holdup? Like, what? I don't get the point. So the girlfriends are out having lunch at 8:47, dinner, whatever. And of course it comes up in conversation and they're talking about it and stuff like that. Now it comes up because Toni bought her some cute lingerie from Victoria's Secret. Now this is kind of like friend goals. Like, you know her size and stuff like that. And Victoria's Secret was having a sale. So I thought about you and I just got you some red panties. Like, okay, wowzers. So they, of course, start talking about like, oh, this is going to be great for Sean. And that's when she starts telling the girls like, yeah, right, he's not even going to see any of this. And they're like, okay, they're thinking it's her because she has like that whole 3-month rule thing where she's not going to sleep with a guy until after 3 months. But they're like, okay, yeah, we know about your 3-month rule. Like, tell us something we don't know. And she's like, no, it's not even me. Like, he's not even like trying to get it. And, you know, they're questioning, like, what do you mean, and stuff like that. And, you know, they're trying to find reasons, because it doesn't make sense to them either. And they're like, well, maybe he's being respectful of your rule. And she's like, okay, my rule is to not have sex until 3 months, not to not kiss, not to not hold hands. He doesn't even hug me. He don't hug her. No. Toni is stalking Greg. Greg comes over with Toni, and no, okay, she was stalking him because his phone was cut off, and that was the only way she could reach him, was through like the bar service, or the what is it called? It's like an agency where they just like send them out to like bartend or whatever. I forget what it's called, but anyway, catering. It's the catering company thing. And she called the catering company thing so that he can go and do like a little private, whatever. The point is, she called him so he can get over to her house so they can like have a romantic rendezvous, right? But he's under the impression that she wants to get back with him. And she's like, no, I just want to have fun. Like, this is light. We're just keeping it light. And he gets an attitude because he's like, I don't want to keep it light with you. Like, I want to be in a relationship with you, and I'm actually quite tired of us running into each other, doing what we do for a couple of months, and then you break up with me, and then I'm in the dumps by myself. So, respectfully, this is cute, but I'm not partaking. And he leaves. Well, actually, she tells him to get out, but he really does leave. I don't know. Did she really play her cards right? Because we all know why she doesn't want to really be in a relationship with broke Greg, because Greg is broke. But do you also expect him to still like want to be used and abused by you? So then we go back to Joan and Sean. And I mean, she is getting these questions out. You know, like, are you attracted to me? Do you find me cute? Do you not like women? Like what is it? And he's just like, why do you keep asking me all these questions? Like, just ask me what you really want to ask me and stop dancing around the issue. Yeah, but let's be clear. If it was really that easy, you would have, like he was dancing around it too. Like, don't put it all on, oh, I haven't told you my issues because you haven't directly asked me. You also haven't directly told me why you don't want to kiss me, even though we've been exclusively seeing each other for 3 weeks. Like, this is weird. Right? So she finally asked him, like, well, why aren't you kissing me? Why aren't you holding me? Why don't you like court me like a man who is exclusively dating a woman would? Or anybody exclusively dating anybody would. And I don't think he wants to tell her at the beginning. Like, he's just like, you know what? So he doesn't want to tell her at first. He's hesitant on telling her why he doesn't want to kiss her, why he doesn't want to do anything. But then she starts turning it on her, like, oh my God, you're not attracted to me and stuff like that. I understand why people call Joan dramatic, because it wasn't her, like, it wasn't the fact that she felt how she felt, it was how she was doing it. Because I would have got irritated by all them questions too. And then you're starting to say, like, oh, you're not attracted to me, it's me, like, it's, girl, no. First of all, why am I beating this explanation out of you? You know what it is when you start dating somebody and wanting to be with them. I shouldn't have to beg to get a kiss on the lips. But here I am begging. Oh, he's a sex addict. So the girlfriends are back and they're all discussing, of course. I love the fact that everything happens and then they get the girlfriends together so they can talk about it. Just friendship goes. Let me tell you something. I definitely thought friendships were going to be just very much different watching all of these shows when I was younger. I'm just going to leave it at that. Between this, Sex and the City, and Living Single, I just always thought that I was going to have a group of friends where we were going to have like hourly powwows to talk about our lives. And not in a group chat. I can't, no, not in a group chat. I can't stand group chats. I just went on a tangent, sorry. So they're talking about everything and it finally comes out. She tells the girls that Sean is a sex addict. But before she tells them that, Toni decides to work broke Greg back into the conversation. And Maya is just like, why are we talking about broke Greg? You know you don't want to be with broke Greg, right? And then not Toni trying to take a dig at bag handling Darnell. How you taking a dig at bag handling Darnell when he made more money than broke Greg? And that's who you're obsessing over at this moment. Make it make sense, girl? So now, after reading all the facts about being a sex addict and what falls under the criteria, Lynn now thinks she's a sex addict. We had to give Lynn something this episode, like, because she wasn't giving relationships, she wasn't giving advice, she wasn't giving a friendly shoulder to cry on. She's just giving lost in the sauce. So yes, let's give her the confused friend role who thinks she's a sex addict right now, and then we'll figure it out later. And call Greg again, wasting his time again. And when I tell you, it's gonna be like, when you guys, if you haven't seen the show, you'll understand like all my little like notes for the later thing, but you'll understand why it's a waste of time, child. So they have this whole conversation about love, and I'm in love with you, and I'm still in love with you, and I don't know why I'm still in love with you, but I am, but I want to be with you, but you're broke, and money's not important to me, so just be with me. Oh God, just do each other already. So they go to the little Sex Addicts Anonymous. Sean invited Joan, and then Lynn wanted to go because, again, she's giving sex addict this episode. So she wants to go to the meeting for herself, and then Lynn wants to go to support him. And she really did I say Lynn? Joan wants to go to support Sean. Lynn wants to go because she thinks she's a sex addict. Sorry. And at the beginning, Joan is like supportive. Like, I'm here. I'm supportive. I'm in the building. Right? So Sean is like feeling good. Okay, I'm gonna lead this meeting. I don't know who regularly leads the meetings, but it's not Sean. I know it ain't Sean. But the spirit of leadership took over. So great, good for him. Right? So he starts giving his background about like him being a sex addict, how long he was a sex addict, what he lost because of that. And he lost a whole bunch of stuff. On top of the fact that he says that he was with like close to 300 women in Los Angeles. Even Lynn had to peek through the glasses. Like, what? Side note, Lynn decides to show up to the meeting incognito. And Lynn, what? Don't nobody in this meeting know you? What are you doing? But anyway, even Lynn had to peek through the glasses. Like, repeat yourself? Close to 300 women. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of energies. That's a lot That's a lot of energies. Joan is terrified. She's like, what did I get myself? I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't have been able to hang. Like, that would have been like, boop, we're moving on to the next guy. He's not the guy for me. Like, let's wrap season 1 up. That, for me, that's how it would have been. Like, I wouldn't have been able to hang. So I don't fault her for not being able to hang in that moment. But how you leave your friend? Ain't that your friend? That's at the meeting that bummed a ride with you. How you gonna leave her at the meeting, boo? Come and pick her up, because she's here waiting for you. And then all for nothing, because we all know Lynn's not a sex addict. She's just bored in this episode. We get back to William and Yvonne and their problems and how this whole episode got started with this mess. And I agree with William. Don't be telling everybody what we do. Every little thing that we do, boom, boom, should be between me and you, boom, boom. The freaky things that we do, boom, boom, should be between me and you, baby. That's how it should be. Like, the receptionist should not know anything about my sex life with you or anybody else. Like, that's crazy. And she's just acting like it's no big deal. Again, I don't understand why you feel so comfortable doing that, miss. But people are different. People do different things for different reasons, and I don't pretend to know. So of course Sean and Joan get into it, and he decides to come over there self-righteous. I'm watching this again, and I'm just not feeling his energy. Like, Sean was good looking and probably like the best looking of all of her boyfriends, but be so for real. You came in here and he's like, I don't bail on you with all your baggage, all of my baggage. Please tell me what's on my baggage. You know, the only thing he could say was that 3-month rule. Talking about control issues. Sir, what control issues? You was not gonna call this lady because she gave you her number. Matter of fact, you didn't call her because she gave you her number. She had to call you again just so she could apologize for being outgoing about wanting you. And you wasn't gonna call her all because you were turned off at the fact that she hit on you before you could hit on her. So let's talk about control. That's you talking about control. That's number one. Number two, the only thing you could bring up is the 3-month rule as being part of my baggage. But you're a sex addict. And that's not to throw anything in anybody's face, but because you're throwing in my 3-month rule, like you're throwing that in my face, I think that I get to throw something back. And it's gonna be the sex addict thing. It's just gonna have to be that. That's why I can't do it, because every 5 seconds that would be the thing. I can't do that. Like, you trying to sit here and you're trying to say, oh, I take you and all your bags, so you should accept me and sleeping with almost 300 women in Los Angeles. Whoa, buddy. And again, this is for somebody who you can't even kiss me. Without it being a problem. You can't even hug me. You told me to go eat some onions when I asked for a kiss from you. She should have shown him the door. I don't understand why we even put up with Sean for the duration of this season. She should have shown him the door, because that doesn't make any sense. Don't try to throw things in my face when you asked me to eat a raw onion before I could kiss you, so you don't go bananas. That's deep. And in the end, we thank God for small favors, because thank God Lynn is not a sex addict. I don't know what we would have done if she was. I don't know where this world would be if she was. But thank God for that. This was a fun episode. This was really fun. Sean has all the audacity, and it's not going to get any better from here. So let's enjoy the ride, and I'll see you guys in the next video. What do I keep saying next episode? Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.